someone needs to give an Oscar, give some type of amazing award to the voice actress of Killua. When she was having that moment, her performance was so real, and it just really gave me goosebumps hearing her. Like, that performance, I wanted definitely to start off with that. That's one of the best things about this particular episode. Killua's voice actress's performance was just outstanding. Like, standing ovation for that shit, alright? Like, give it an award. This episode, I definitely say it had great moments in it, but it was surrounded by a lot of the Palm stuff and a lot of the joke humor stuff. And some of it was funny, but definitely it felt like overkill after a while with Palm. And that was kind of my main gripe with the episode. I thought, like, the Killua stuff was fantastic. Not only the voice actress's performance, but just overall him overcoming Illumi, character development, all was there, definitely. And then on top of that, we get the development, and then we even get freaking him ripping off Rammot's head. So that was just incredible. And it just also gave it a little bit more of, like, an understanding of characters where, like, Rammot originally had, like, the upper hand on him, but the second that he realized that Killua was out of this emotional struggle, he could realize that Killua will fucking rip him in half, and it totally just changed tides and everything. So I really liked the way that was done. That was definitely the highlight of this episode by far. So that was a good moment. But a lot of the Palm stuff surrounding it, it was like literally start off with the fight, and, you know, Killua's getting his ass kicked, and then literally we were looking at Palm and go and look at a tree for a bit, and it just felt like a bit unnecessary. It was cool and all, and also the whole thing with when Nob said something about her blood being very rare or something, it was like, okay, so she has a little bit of importance actually and stuff like that. But overall, I wasn't a big fan of the Palm stuff. I just felt like it was kind of unnecessary, and she's a fucking lunatic. And it was just interesting to see Gon have his first relationship come and go without him even realizing it. That shit was just hilarious. And I feel kind of bad for Palm because she really wanted the D, but she couldn't get it from him. So she tried to go with Nob now. Now she's on Nob's balls. So, hey, hopefully she can get what she's looking for, whether it be Gon's dick or, you know, whatever. So that just was like my gripe with the episode in particular. Just the Palm stuff just really felt like overkill after a certain point. Her running, her going crazy. So that not good stuff. But you know, the whole thing with Killua and his brother and everything, ripping that out of his head. It felt like it was a bit random in a way because it was just like, why at this particular time? I thought Togashi was gonna handle that at a later point. I didn't see that happening in this episode. I thought maybe he would find a way to cope with this and then defeat Rammot with it, but instead he kind of just, you know, did it. So it was like, it was great and it was an amazing moment, but it just felt like I thought that would have been later or something. I don't know. It just felt a bit weird to see it end right here, but still, nonetheless, a great moment. And then we also got a couple other things. We found out that Shoots and as well as Nob have been watching Gon pretty much and Killua to see where their mental state is at. And I don't get exactly why were they watching them in particular as far as like, you know, to see Kite. Gon can't really do anything. You know, he doesn't have Nen for a month, and I'm sure they're aware of that. So what's the point of watching him? You can't do anything to him. Even, yeah, his mental state or whatever you're checking out. But as far as, like, putting him in a room with Kite if he's under the control of the enemy, what's going to happen, you know? And the way the Hunter x Hunter, because like I said, I did watch the beginning of the previous one, the way this one set it up, it didn't really give you that big, like, bonding moment with Gon and Killua, because it's literally like they just met recently, and like, yeah, he knows of him, or, you know, he knows that he had a connection with his father, he knows, you know, vice versa, he had a connection with Jean, that's his son, but the way it's coming across is not feeling as authentic as if they had it the way the original anime did, where they met in the beginning and he kind of was his inspiration for going out. So it kind of felt a little bit weird in that aspect when you see the way he's constantly talking about him. And it's still, you know, good stuff and everything, but it just feels a little bit weird. And like, why does he care so much about this guy? And he's just like, I can't wait. And, you know, 2 days and all this. And it's a little bit, I guess it's just the way the anime adapted this part. It just kind of messes things up in a way in that aspect. But I'm still excited to see him. And then the episode ended with, you know, teasing. It was a fucking cock tease and a half. But it's like, you see Knuckle there waiting, and Cheetu comes in, and he starts fighting, and the other dude jumps in, and it's just like, ending the episode off with such a tease. And it's interesting because Cheetu is actually getting the best of both of them. So it's like, is somebody else going to have to come in and help them out? I'm excited for that. Overall, I feel as though the Killua moment was enough, because it was a decent amount of time in the episode. It was enough to give it a very good. But if it would have focused more around that in particular, or would have had some other great stuff around it, this could have been a great or even beyond episode, because the Killua moment was absolutely fantastic, but it was surrounded by a lot of the Palm stuff, and it just kept flashing back and forth, and it's like, I'm practically hair standing all over my body, and then, oh, Palm is mad because Gon doesn't want to give her dick right now. It's like, Come on. But still, I'm going to give this one 8 out of 10. Very good. It was great moments. Character development for Killua. He finally overcame that. So maybe he might not feel like he has to leave Go Inside after these 30 days. Maybe after he got this shit out of his system of his brother, maybe, you know, I could redeem myself or something. So I'm hoping for that anyway. I don't want to see them separate. I love these, you know, I love those two little guys. They freaking make a great little duo. So hopefully that's the case. And now that he got this shit out of his head, which it was interesting that he pulled it out of his head. It was like a wire. Now, did he put that from the time when he was little into his head, or did he do that when they met up in the tournament? You know, in the end of the first arc. So that also makes me wonder, when did he put that in his head? But overall, still very good episode. The Killua moment. That voice actress, you're incredible. If you ever happen to watch this video with a translator next to you, I want to let you know your performance was outstanding. But that's all I have for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Thumbs up for that freaking Killua moment, because it was impactful, powerful character development. And yeah, it ended off with a bang, but that wasn't what I was concerned about. I was concerned about the character development, which was freaking amazing. But I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.